A lot of you, and I say that in general because actually a lot of you in my audience who watch the program beginning to watch regularly, you don't fit this, but a lot of people in our country who I'm hoping may be tuning in that we need to reach are still so very asleep. Some of them are hearing the alarm and they start to wake up, but they hit the snooze button. In other words, in many cases, you're choosing to turn a blind eye willfully to a growing threat that deep down you are sensing is upon you, but you don't have the courage yet to face. So you keep hitting the snooze alarm. Listen to me. You can't do that anymore. You can't hit the snooze alarm again. You've hit it enough, and now it's time to get up and join the rest of us in protecting liberty. The global corporate monopoly threat, otherwise known as the New World Order, also referred to as the Great Reset. This threat that I've been talking about on my show and in my blog articles for about 25 years now is now on the verge of destroying our precious free republic. And that's not an exaggeration. It's time for a massive awakening from the conformity. It's time to wake up from your addictions that have been distracting you. It's time to stand up and defend liberty, or you are going to lose it permanently. Did you hear what I said? It's time to stand up and defend liberty, or you're going to lose it permanently. The bottom line is that these global corporate elites, they see you not as a sovereign citizen, as you were intended to be. They see you as a captured corporate commodity. Connie Bryan, and of course this is the Connie Bryan Show. This is another special We the People edition, taped on February 1st, 2021. Salem, Massachusetts, all the way over on the East Coast. Thank you for watching. And our viewers, last but not least, in Washington, D.C., thank you for tuning in. And wherever you're watching worldwide on the web, thanks for watching the show. The first big announcement that I want to make is my group that I started. If you're in the greater Sacramento area and would like to get involved in some community resistance and non-compliance, which is so critical right now with this insanity that we're dealing with all the mandates with masks, the face diaper stupidity that says right on the box that they don't stop a virus, and now they're talking about, oh, okay, well, you need to wear 6 of them. 6, actually, do I hear 7? 7? Do I hear 7? Oh, we got 7, okay. We got 7 masks. We need to wear 7 masks according to the CDC. Do I hear 8? Yes, we have 8 over here. All right, we have to wear 8 masks. All right, do I hear put a plastic bag over your head? Over your child's head. Do I hear put a plastic bag over your child? Oh, okay, we have that back there with the radical liberal Marxists back in the back. All right, so I started a group in Sacramento that's called Back to Normal Now! ! And would love it if you are anywhere near the greater Sacramento area, in the greater Sacramento area. Maybe you're in Davis and you'd like to join us. You can find us on Facebook, so it'd be facebook.com/groups and then /Back to Normal Now. You are watching Cable 10, Aurora, Illinois, Community Access Television.
Wayne's World, party on! Excellent! Woo, 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 woo!
obviously, that's not going to work. And that's the reason why Garth is not here tonight, because he insisted on doing the show wearing masks. And I'm sorry, but I'm just not having it. All right, so let's start over and do it right. Wayne's World, party on! Excellent! Woo, 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 woo. It's Friday night, it's 10:30, it's time to party! Woo, 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 woo. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm your excellent host, Wayne Campbell. Not here with me, as never before in the history of the show, of course, Garth. But the show, the mask-free show, has to go on. The party has begun. Thanks for tuning in. Well, as you can see, I'm flying solo for the first time in the show's history. Yes, it's very sad. I've lost my best friend and sidekick to COVID-19. No, Garth didn't die from COVID-19. He just became a fearful, sheep-minded, germophobic mask Nazi. COVID-19 fear, fascism, and germophobia are not just un-American. They're needlessly destroying families and lifelong friendships. Remember the flu? At least the flu was a patriotic virus. Remember when you'd get the flu and you'd still try to party all night long? You'd just suck down an extra bottle of Dayquil and you'd get back to being shagadelic and being groovy, baby, yeah! But COVID-19 has made Americans and Canadians become fascist Nazis seemingly overnight. People are now looking at their neighbors like they're infected walkers from The Walking Dead. And they don't even need to be bitten by them. Just being in the same room, just being in the same Costco warehouse big box store with other humans is now cause to be in fear for your life. What the hell has happened to our society that we now look at everyone so horribly in fear for our lives and don't want to socialize with each other? You know, that we would call the cops on our neighbors for having more than 3 people over for their Christmas party. That we would make little children wear masks outside in the park. Yesterday, someone told me they took their child to the local playground and every other child was wearing masks out in the fresh air. But wait, it gets worse. One of the mothers took out a Lysol wipe and started trying to wipe down a tree that her kid wanted to climb. The mother was concerned that the maple tree needed to be disinfected. I got news for you, lady. You're the real infection, all right? Your brain needs to be disinfected, not the innocent maple tree. Oh, and remember how we banned Halloween last year? Why the hell would we need to ban Halloween if the kids can play in the park wearing masks? I mean, that's the whole point of Halloween, isn't it? That you're wearing a mask already? So I'm sorry, banning Halloween was just retarded, okay? Okay. Anyway, it's time for me now to introduce my special guest on the show tonight. I can't tell you how excited I am. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the king of talk radio himself, Mr. Howard Stern. Wayne's World, Howard Stern, party on, excellent, woo, 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 woo.
Good to be with you, Wayne, on the world-famous Wayne's World. Sorry to hear about Garth going full masked Nazi on you. I don't know what I'd do if Robin ever joined these masked Marxists. I will say there was always something just a little bit Marxist about those black-rimmed glasses, those standard commie issue glasses that Garth always wore, you know? Oh, and by the way, I understand you and Garth made a run for the president on the Wayne and Garth 2020 independent ticket, and I'm sure a lot of folks would like to know how you're feeling about that right now after some of the apparent election fraud that we saw.
Well, Howard, you're touching on a sore subject there. Honestly, I will admit that's also part of the reason why Garth isn't with me on the show tonight. I will say that the Wayne and Garth 2020 ticket didn't fare as badly as many people think. We did really well in Alaska, for example, with the Eskimos. Turns out the Eskimos really like Wayne's World. And also, I heard that Lorne Michaels voted for us, along with Tina Fey and Jimmy Fallon, and a couple of other of our friends from SNL. So that was cool. Oh, and of course, my wonderful, loving mother.
Do you want some chocolate chip cookies, honey? I can
Stop
bring you
it,
some
Mom.
chocolate chips.
Don't be so embarrassing. I'm in the middle of a show with the king of talk radio, Howard Stern.
Wow, your mom sounds really hot, Wayne. Is she hot? How about her cookies? Are her cookies hot too?
Okay, well, thanks for that visual, Howard. Now I'm going to have to hit the rewind button and try really hard to get that thought out of my head forever. Okay, trying really hard now to remain on topic. Even with the Eskimo vote, and of course our friends from SNL, and my wonderful hot mom. Damn it, Howard! Anyway, even with those votes, it obviously wasn't enough for us to prevail when you take into account all the fraudulent votes that we're now hearing about that were cast for Biden. And I say that not exactly being a Trump supporter myself, as you know, which I made crystal clear during our campaign.
Yeah, no, neither am I. And it's starting to look like the election was rigged for Biden, with more evidence coming out that he's apparently sold himself out to the Chi-Coms. But what was that other issue that you mentioned about Garth?
Well, it's almost too sad to talk about, Howard. Garth was really hurt and felt that the election was illegitimate when he found out that his own mother didn't vote for us, but instead voted for Biden.
Wow, that is brutal.
And of course, I tried to explain to Garth that just his mother not voting for us didn't legally amount to an illegitimate election. But Garth disagreed, and he became really emotional and angry with me like I've never seen him before. And he said, maybe not legally, but if you can't count on your own mother to vote for you for vice president, then it's one of two things. He said either the election is illegitimate or I'm illegitimate. Wayne's World, party on, excellent, so sad, feel better, Garth, it'll be okay, woo, woo, woo. Okay, no more tears. The show must go on, and Garth's gonna be okay. He'll be back with me someday. Anyway, that's the torturous, painful backstory, Howard. And like I said at the top of the show, the main reason I'm flying solo without Garth tonight is because he went to the dark side and became a masked Nazi and insisted on us doing the show wearing masks, and I just had to draw the line there.
Okay, well, here's my take on the masks, Wayne. I think they should be worn by a select few, and it should be determined by popular American vote. You know, just like they do on the reality shows like American Idol. So if you're any kind of news anchor, politician, or personality that we the people have to watch on TV or YouTube on any kind of regular basis, we get to vote as a nation on whether or not you have to wear the mask on camera, while the rest of us get to take the masks off and go back to normal now.
That's excellent, Howard. I love it. So do you have any recommendations, as it were, for who should have to wear masks in our reality show news media?
As a matter of fact, Wayne, I do have some immediate suggestions. Big surprise. CNN's Chris Cuomo and, of course, Jim Acosta have to be permanently masked. And that applies both on and off the air. Anytime they're seen in public, they have to be wearing a mask, and I would argue a leash, too. And I'm on the edge about pretty boy Anderson Cooper. Oh yeah, and one of my recent competitors, too. That dope smoker with the top podcast right now, what's his name? Joe Rogan? With a face made for podcasting, I must say.
Wow, I was just thinking the same thing, Howard, about Jim Acosta and Chris Cuomo from CNN. And can we please, can we vote to put a mask on NBC's Nicole Wallace and Joy Reid.
Absolutely. Nicole Wallace, Joy Reid, and a couple of others that come to mind. Nancy Pelosi and her Transylvania vampire-faced nephew Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who, thank God, it looks like a majority of Californians have finally pulled their heads out of their asses and he's about to be recalled.
Oh my God, Howard, you're reading my mind. Yes, of course, Nancy and Gavin have to wear the masks in perpetuity. Oh, and also, Dr. Fauci, that lying bastard shill for Big Pharma, who started all this mask bullshit back when he went on 60 Minutes and told everybody that the masks don't even work.
Well, now you're reading my mind, Wayne, absolutely. Oh, and did you hear? Fauci's now telling us once again that the mask doesn't work. Oh, but you should probably put 3 or 4 on your 4-year-old? Are you freaking kidding me? So I say, not just a mask for Dr. Fauci. He has to wear a full-on freaking hefty garbage bag over his head for the rest of his life. While the rest of us go back to normal, start breathing healthy, unrestricted air, and showing our smiling faces to one another like God intended.
And I couldn't agree more. Very well said. Wow, it looks like we're out of time. What an honor to have you here with me on the show tonight, Howard.
Well, how could I not? We couldn't leave you hanging without Garth. Besides, it gave me a chance to be a sidekick for a change.
Well, it was awesome. What a thrill. I'm such a huge fan. The king of talk radio, everyone, Mr. Howard Stern. And as always, thank you for watching.